Good afternoon. This is Mary Frances Sabin. I'm Deputy Supervisor here in the Town of Van Buren, and just wanted to touch base with all of you regarding our weekly update. Probably like the rest of you, we're all still going crazy, but here at the town level, we still are operating as best as possible. We have we're working with 50% of our staff. One thing that I did want to mention, we have gotten calls to the codes office, and people have left messages on the codes office answering machine. They're looking for handicap parking permits. And in speaking with Lynn Precourt, our town clerk, she has mentioned that the permits that are due in May, she is auto renewing and sending out to the people that need them. So right now, if you have a handicap parking permit due in May, she will be getting them to you. So if you have any questions on that, though, please feel free to call Lynn. The number at the clerk's office is 635-3010, and that should go directly to Lynn's office. They are answering the phones, and between Lynn and Kate, they are taking care of anything that needs to go out regarding handicap parking permits. I know we've also gotten some calls regarding fishing licenses. And again, we're recommending for the fishing licenses that you go onto the New York State DEC site, and you can order your fishing license through that venue. Unfortunately, right now, we are not sending those out. We're not taking applications for those at this point in time. Hopefully, if we get open anytime soon, then you can come back into the office and pick them up. But for right now, you have to go on to the DEC website and order them. Also, Lynn would like to make sure that people are aware that dog licenses right now have not been mailed out to people for renewal. If we return to the office sometime in the middle of the month, then we will go ahead and start sending them out. But we don't want to send out applications for dog licenses because you have to provide proof from the vet's office that your dog has gotten the necessary shots. And right now, because veterinarian offices aren't open except for emergencies, there's no reason to send you to get an application renewed if you can't provide the information. So as soon as the vet's offices open back up, then we will get those out to you, or you can call the clerk's office again. That number, just to reiterate, 635-3010. One other thing, our highway department is back working part-time, and I know they are focusing on repairing some drainage issues that we are having. They have a whole list that they're working on, trying to knock them out as quickly as possible. But again, people have to remember that we're only working with half a staff. So whatever you can do to help out would be appreciated. And by helping out, I simply mean if you have a drainage sewer grate in front of your house, please make sure that there are no leaves blocking that. As I've been walking around Village Green the last week and a half, I have seen a number of drains that have so many leaves clogging it that there's no way water can go through them. And just to remind people, now that we are actually beginning to be able to mow our lawns occasionally, you're not supposed to put the grass clippings in the road. And again, if they are and we get rain, those grass clippings go and cover up sewer grates, or they clog up sewer lines. And again, that's part of the reason that we get the flooding here in Van Buren, at least in Village Green. So whatever you can do to help yourself by cleaning out those drainage grates would be greatly appreciated. And the only real other thing that we've got going on here at the town is the Town Board will be meeting on Tuesday, May 5th at 7 p.m. That will be on Facebook Live, and you can find that on the town website, which is townofvanburen.com. If you go to townvanburen.gov, that's going to take you either to Maine or some other state. So if you want to see what we're doing here, it's townofvanburen.com. The last thing I just wanted to mention is, now that everybody is supposed to be wearing masks, you can go ahead and get masks from people that are making them individually. And there was an article in this week's Messenger talking about Beeville helping Beeville. You can go onto that Facebook site, and hopefully you can get connected with an organization here that is making them. And there was a great article on the woman, Edwina Hayes' organization, Open Arms of Syracuse, which has made over 600 masks. I know there are a lot of individuals that are doing it on their own, and that's great. If you can get with someone that can make some for you, that's super. Also on the Syracuse.com or local SYR, they have a listing of places that you can go to buy masks. And again, do what you need to do. Make sure you keep your masks on, wear your gloves, keep your social distancing going. And by doing that, hopefully we can start to get back to normal a little bit sooner rather than later. The last thing that I wanted to mention, and again, Shelley and I have been having a little bit of technical difficulty getting this feed to work, and we have been trying it regularly. In the Messenger this week, there was a very nice article on Shelley and her son Justin, and trying to put together some baskets or sponsoring of Baker High School seniors in the area. So if you get a chance, please take a look at the Messenger and check out that article, which is also on the front page, as is the article on the Beeville making masks situation. Other than that, there's really not a whole lot going on in town. The codes office is still open as normal, taking phone calls, answering those, dealing with people that have drainage issues that they're trying to work through, maybe with a contractor. And other than that, we're just plugging along as best we can, just like everybody else. And I understand today that the governor has said that the schools will remain closed through the end of the academic year. So how that impacts the Parks Department and our summer programs, right now, we just don't have an answer to that. Just like everybody else, we're scrambling to figure out what that means, what that's going to do for the parks for the summer. And as soon as we know, we will have information up on the Town of Van Buren website. You can also go to the parks page and see what's available there. I know that they are still taking reservations for the summer playground program, and we really are hoping that that can still take place this year. If you want, you can put your reservation in, and if and when we find out that we can make that go live, at least you'll have your application in. So that right now is pretty much the sum total of what's going on over here in Van Buren. And if you have questions, please feel free to call either the supervisor's office. That number is 635-3009 and hit extension 6. Either Claude Sykes or I will be calling you back. And again, we're in the office as much as we can be and trying to answer everybody's questions as best as possible. And hopefully, if you get a chance and you're interested, please check us out for our town board meeting Tuesday night, May 5th at 7 p.m. And it will be live on Facebook, and we'll see how that goes. This will be our first attempt at going live since this whole situation started. So we look forward to giving you more updates at that point. And if you have questions, you can certainly send them in via phone ahead of time, or you can, I believe, do a live chat on Facebook and send questions in, and we will get to whatever we can at that point. And yes, we will be social distancing during that meeting. So you might not see our smiling faces up close as you would, but we are all there to help you. So from this point in Van Buren, have a good weekend. Make sure you keep going out, getting your exercise, walking, and, call your neighbors, make sure they're okay, and be safe. Take care. Thank you, and hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday, or we'll see you next week. And now I'll send it back to Shelley. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.